Oh, hi there, it's Linda here from Just For Tummies. I just want to read out a recent Google review that we received from a lady called Zena. In fact, she posted it a couple of weeks ago, so you can go onto our Google reviews and you can read it for yourself. It's quite a long review, and I'd like to thank Zena for taking the time and trouble to leave this review. So Zena contacted me. She'd had IBS for over 30 years, and she'd come across Just For Tummies following a recommendation on a HRT Facebook group. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read out Zena's Google review, and then I'm just going to show you the supplements that I recommended that she take. So here we go. It's quite a long review, so please bear with me. As a long-term sufferer of IBS over 30 years, I came across Just For Tummies following a recommendation from a HRT group I belong to. I was feeling particularly desperate and very low due to a prolonged flare-up of symptoms. I posted a plea for help on the Just For Tummies Facebook page. Linda responded and invited me to email her directly, as I often do. This personal service greatly impressed me, and I gave Linda a potted history of my long-standing and debilitating symptoms and experience of IBS. She provided me with a detailed reply and guidance and recommend that I begin with the 5-day charcoal cleanse that I'll talk more about later, progressing onto the 30-day perfect balance kit that I will also talk about later. Having tried many conventional drugs and various supplements over the years with no success or little relief from my symptoms, I was initially very cautious and didn't hold out much hope. I was therefore surprised that on day 4 or 5 of the cleanse, I felt ever so slightly better. I was encouraged then to move on to the 30-day perfect balance kit. In all honesty, it has been a slow but gradual process for me. But by week 3-4 of the kit, I was definitely experiencing a change in symptoms and moderate improvement. Now, what you have to remember here with Zena is she had chronic IBS. 30 years with IBS is pretty chronic, so there was a lot of healing and rebalancing to do in her digestive system. So let's continue. Linda had suggested I get back to her with an update after a month, and we agreed that it may be helpful for me to stay on the balance kit for another month. And this is something I do, especially with chronic symptoms. Now on week 7, I cannot put into words the difference in my overall quality of life and physical and mental well-being. So many of my long-term symptoms are improving. I no longer wake in the middle of the night with abdominal and burning intestinal pain and discomfort. I would usually start my day in the very early hours of the morning, rushing urgently to the loo and having violent, painful bowel movements that would often last up to 4 to 6 hours, rendering me housebound at times and exhausted. I have far less heartburn and indigestion, and the dreadful bloating is slowly abating. I am now going to the toilet in a far more normal, painless and regular way. It really is life-changing. I am sleeping better, long-term insomniac too, ! And can now consider social invitations and family events without that impending feeling of doom and anxiety. Will there be a loo nearby? What if I can't eat or drink properly? If it's a bad IBS day, etc., etc. Following further advice from Linda, I will now progress onto the maintenance regime in the safe knowledge that should I have a flare-up or experience a return of symptoms, I can simply go back to the 30-day perfect balance kit. It's like having a safety net. I simply couldn't bear to go back to how I was. I'm realistic enough to understand that a 30-year-old condition is not going to be resolved overnight, but I'm feeling very and I'm greatly encouraged by the results so far. My symptoms appear to be responding positively to the supplements, and I feel it is having the chance to heal in a sustained way. I cannot recommend Linda and the supplements enough. The personal service, the factual, knowledgeable advice and guidance provided. It's simply remarkable and sets them apart from many other companies offering similar products. If you are struggling and at the end of your tether, as was I, then take a leap of faith and just go for it. Zena. So that's Zena's Google review, and you can read that in its entirety on the Just For Tummies Google reviews. But these are the supplements that I recommended to Zena, and I often recommend these supplements to people who have chronic IBS symptoms. So first of all, a pot of our activated charcoal capsules. And I recommend a 5-day cleanse. If you go onto the Just For Tummies website, at the top, the navigation bar, you will see all of our free downloads, and the activated charcoal cleanse fact sheet is there. But it's very simple to do. You just take 2 of these charcoal capsules, and I'll show you what they look like. You take 2 of these capsules, half an hour before lunch, 2 half an hour after lunch, and you repeat at dinner, just for 5 days. Your stools will probably go black, so don't freak out when you look in the toilet and it's black poo. But that's what they look like, the charcoal capsules. And if you do have a strong gag reflex and you struggle to swallow capsules, you can open the capsules and mix the powder in a little bit of water. But be careful, the powder is very fine. Do it over the sink because it goes everywhere if you're not careful. So that's a pot of the activated charcoal capsules. There's 60 capsules in a pot, okay, and they're £15, and you use 40 of the 60 capsules for the 5-day cleanse. So when you've completed this charcoal cleanse, you then move on to the 30-day, or the supplements in the 30-day perfect balance kit. And this is a solution-based kit that I put together to help the thousands of people that suffer with chronic digestive and gut symptoms, including irritable bowel syndrome. So it comes with this explanatory leaflet, the perfect balance kit. Okay, it explains exactly how and when to take the supplements, and there's a few dietary and lifestyle tips in there as well. And this is what the kit contains. I'm not going to tip it too far, I don't want all those supplements to fall out, but it's a pot of live bacteria probiotics, and below that is a pot of our natural digestive enzymes tablets, and then there's a pot of our high strength garlic tablets, and a pot of omega-3 fish oil capsules. And that's it. It's a 30-day course that you take. The kit is £65. If you've never bought from Just For Tummies before, or if you have but you've never used the code before, Love Your Tummy, if you use the code Love Your Tummy, you will get 20% off and free delivery. So that is the protocol for people who contact me day in, day out with chronic digestive and gut disorders, including irritable bowel syndrome, diverticular disease, where you might be getting really painful, debilitating diverticulitis flare-ups, painful bloating, painful trapped gas, irregular bowel movements, acid reflux even. So, but if you're not sure which supplements you need and if the supplements are suitable for you, then please don't hesitate to contact us. You can either email us at feelgood@justfortummies.co.uk, or you can contact us via social media. So I hope that helps. Thank you for listening, and take care and look after yourself. Bye bye for now.